Having me in the studio. As you already mentioned, Professor Elijah Omwenga, the acting Vice Chancellor of the Open University of Kenya. You call it the Internet University.
The Internet University.
Yes, I think the Deputy President has made a very important point. When we train or give knowledge and skills to our students at the university or higher institutions of learning, we are developing them to be useful people in the society. To be useful in the sense that when they graduate with the skills or the degrees that they have acquired, they not only have to find a place in formal employment, which is still important for us to grow our economy and provide services, but also use the skills, the knowledge, and the experience that they gain over time to create employment for themselves, so that they are not only job seekers, but also job created.
Right.
Because when we are giving entrepreneurial skills, for example, we want the students who graduate to be going out there to scan the market and see where they fit, where the skills which they have acquired fit in the new dispensation and the economy that we are growing. Secondly, you see, the students we are developing now, the graduates of today, the jobs of tomorrow will be different. And therefore, we are growing these people to be useful not only now, but also in the future, for jobs which you are not very sure how they will look like. So growth, individual growth from day to day, from time to time is also important in order to fill any gaps that may arise as the jobs evolve in the marketplace. Because we are also growing an economy which is a little bit uncertain on how it pans out as the internet and other things change the way we work. Yes.
And we are living in a very dynamic
Exactly,
world.
in a very dynamic environment, and therefore we expect that our graduates will not only be people useful in their respective countries to provide services, needed services, but also to be creators of jobs for themselves and others, and also to be useful in the future for jobs we are not yet very sure how they look like.
Right, Professor Omwenga, of course, those are very important sentiments to have, considering we're about to take a deep dive into this particular debacle tonight. I don't know if Mr. Boaz, our educationist, had that video. Nice. Maybe if you could just give us your sentiments on that, your thoughts on that. What exactly do you feel the Deputy President was saying, and how exactly was this taken, especially for people who dispense knowledge?
Thank you very much, Hibat. And first and foremost, let me tell you that an occasion like that is one that should be elevating the spirit of the graduates. And indeed, they should use the occasion just also to reassure them a lot more. But you see, the Deputy President was talking to the people he's been dealing with, and probably he knows what he was delivering. But I would have approached it a little bit differently, because the first thing that we should know is that the kind of education that we get, you know, right from the very lowest level, kindergarten, primary, secondary or high school, to the university, by the time a person reaches that level, this person really has acquired a lot of knowledge, we do assume. Because, I mean, you can't just be passing through those stages without acquiring the knowledge, developing certain skills, and having the right attitude, really, to integrate within the society. And indeed, these are people who can also be very creative. They must have seen where there are loopholes. They could be having ideas. I would have been thinking that these are people then that you can just challenge them a little bit to realize that they have the knowledge to be able to be creators, and indeed give them the full assurance that as a government, you will support them in the endeavors that they do, and also that you'll put in place the right policies, because it is the policies that would help to shape the country. And indeed, because I will always say that, you know, the strategy for growth and development of a country is what would make even the industry to start that kind of a linkage and start thinking of how do we work together to create this kind of, say, the programs and innovations, because that is the only sure way through which we'll be able to enable these young people to engage. But let me also tell you one thing.
Right.
Those people who graduated at that level, we should not also be making them think of education just for the market.
Right.
Just for that. Education for education's sake is also very sweet. Indeed, if we can have as many of our citizens getting that level of education, you'll realize that even the thinking will change.
Right.
The creativity will change, will be enhanced, and such things would really happen. They would even start becoming their own creators of the many jobs that would employ several of the other people. But you should not actually be prescribing doom to a people who are really prepared so well and worked so hard to reach that level.
Right.
Maybe the truthful man was being truthful, but it is
might have been misconstrued, right?